hope this isn't indicative of the rest of the day. My air pig of 150 years, I've had this thing forever. I was trying to whack it to get the end here to come loose because it was open and not, you know, taking air. And it broke the head off of it. Plan B. All right, so I got all my needful things in the back of my Suburban here. You're gonna wanna bring water and lots of it for the crew. If you're bringing a couple of guys with you, this car's tires are perennially flat. A couple of them have really bad checkering on the outside perimeters of them. One of them is even the spare off of the Torino that we showed you on Manic Mechanic. You can look at that, at the stuff that Darren's putting here in front of me right now. But what I'm showing you with this image is what we're bringing with us. We're bringing a wheel chalk, we're bringing an air hose. It's a long air hose that we can pull from the Suburban if we need to possibly air up tires and get them as high as we can possibly get them. This car is sitting down in the mud. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to go find out as soon as we load up the trailer, which I'm not going to show you, and head out. Get some water, boys. In the immortal words of Henry Ford and Ford v Ferrari, hit it. Go around the back side of the building. The owner of the car, the previous owner of the car, is not home right now. He is at a birthday party, so I feel kind of like I'm stealing my own car. This is how I pulled through last time when I picked up the other Torino. So we go. Let the games begin. That one just said, oh, it's not a nice Torino. And in some respects, he's right. Not an auspicious beginning. The other day I came over here and the owner put some air on one of the tires, aired the tire up, and it held air. But somewhere in the interim, the tire has popped and it is just shredded now. So the tire on the passenger side rear is going to be a problem. I'm hoping we can still drag this thing up on the trailer with the winch. We were going to do that anyway, but this just makes it a little bit harder. Onward and forward. That's a plus. Cameraman stumbles. All right, so what do we have in our parts car here? Well, our parts car is a former project of a father and son who were going to make a dirt track bomber out of this thing just to run on the dirt track system. And unfortunately for them, I guess, something happened and it all fell apart. Not that unusual with project cars with kids. But it's a boon for us because there are some parts on this car that are pretty neat. It is a Gran Torino Sport. The badges about 60% of the badges are here. I don't know where the one is for the grill, but it has a good grill in it, which I can take and turn and put on eBay. These grills on these cars are actually running in about $350 to $400 range, going higher than that sometimes for really nice grills. The grill is all here. There are other parts on this thing that I really want to keep. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this thing with the cable wrapped around the engine cross member. That's the strongest part of this chassis. If I do that with that flat back tire, we hopefully will be able to pull it up onto the trailer with the winch. Hopefully. But I'm going to have Jackson come in here and wrap it around there because I'm just too old and lazy to get inside. Jackson, you're up.
Alright, it's hooked.
All right, I've got my air pig here with about 80 pounds of air in it. I'm hoping I can air this tire and the back one up enough that it will roll up onto the trailer. If this one doesn't take air, we are in a lot of trouble because it's a lot harder to navigate this thing onto the trailer with a flat front tire. Back tires you can roll. Never air a tire like this, it looks like this one does, completely up. If you do, you'll probably pop it. You're only trying to get enough air in it so it'll roll. That's enough. We'll go around to the back and put some air in that back tire. This one may still have air in it. Yeah, it's aired up. I'm not going to put any air in a tire that already has air in it. All right, for now, I'm just going to leave my pig here and try to winch it up a little bit. Never step over the cable with a lot of tension on it. It's alive! Jackson did an outstanding job of lining up the tires and the ramps. Hope it holds that course. All right, I'm gonna have to move some ramps around. Whenever you're doing this kind of thing, always try to stay as far away from your wire as you possibly can. It's always dangerous doing a car pull onto a trailer. All right, Jackson, I'm gonna have you go down there and mind the steering wheel. As well, just kind of try to keep it coming onto the ramps. Steering wheel.
Does that ramp need to move over more?
No, it's fine. I think it's okay. I'm gonna have you straighten the wheel up in just a second.
Which way did you turn it? You turned it to the right?
I turned it this way. It's just gonna need to come back that way probably. You don't need to get in it. Stay outside of the car. Okay, don't be by that door. Close that door. There you go. I just manhandle the wheel from outside. All right, let's check that tire. Let's see, turn it a little bit more this way. Turn it a little more this way. Right there. Move that ramp over a little bit because it looks like it's a little shy. There you go, right there. That's good. All righty. Okay, now turn it back straight. Right there. A lot of pressure here. Turn it back turn them that way a little bit, just a little bit, right there. All right, go back the other way with them now. There you go. Okay, now I want you to, Jackson, go grab that chalk, wheel chalk right there, and put it in front of that tire up here somewhere. Not that far up, a little further back, right there. Now I put a wheel chalk on the front wheel because I wanted to have something that's going to stop this car because it has no brakes and I don't want it to roll into my Suburban and wreck my friend's trailer. All right, so we're almost in position. I don't think this thing is going to go anywhere because of the flat tire in the back, but I always want to be safe. You know, safety third or fourth or maybe even fifth. Okay, we are on the wheel chalk. That's all I'm going to do with that. I'm going to leave the cable hooked up to it, so it's pulling a little bit. But we're also going to strap this thing down with a rear strap and 2 front straps to hold it in position. So now, strappage begins. All right, now what I'm showing you right now is the hooking procedure that I use when I'm doing a strap down on a classic car. I do not body hook the car at all because I know that they have toe straps on the back of a lot of these classic Fords and some of the classic Chevrolets as well. But I find that with road jounts and everything, that those can actually come unhooked. I almost lost a 67 Mustang from a trailer at one point in my towing career because I hooked to those tow hooks because I thought that was where you hook to. Always hook to whatever's going to stay stable on the ground, meaning your spindle sets or the lower control arm at the spindle on the front, like I'm showing you, and around the axle in the back. That's your safest way to do this because if you don't do that, you're going to possibly have those things come loose while you're going down the road and the suspension is moving up and down on a car. So there you go. What I wanted to show you is a little tech tip here. We have our strap, and I wanted to show you that the top of the strap with the hook end facing down, like I've got it here, has 2 red stripes on it. On the underside of the strap, there is no red stripe. The red stripe lets you know when you're trying to thread this thing through stuff that this is your down face. In other words, usually how you're going to hook it onto a trailer. Now I'm going to go hook this side up. Actually, I'm going to make Jackson do it. Okay, could this be Capone's vault? You old guys will know what I'm talking about. Open the trunk. I've never looked at the trunk on this car to see what's in here. All right, we got some glass that we can sell. We got a cross member, a hammerhead, miscellaneous trim pieces. We'll uncork this whole thing when we get it back to the house. But right now, it's all staying put. Except that glass. I'll probably put that in the car. So basically, with the exception of the drive shaft, most of what we're taking off here is somebody else's trash. But to me, it's a treasure. It all depends on your perspective, right? I had to go around and tighten them up. Say it with me, that's not going anywhere. I'd like to say we're done, but we still have to get that off the trailer and even figure out where to put it in the yard. But before we take it off the trailer, I've got to put a different wheel on it, and I think I just want to wait and do that till a little later on this evening. So I may or may not do that when we get back. But we did successfully pull a car out of the back of the yard. Are we gonna save it? No, we're gonna part that bad boy out. Here we go. no tire on any car I've ever bought that's a piece of crap like this one is ever stays good. You should have spare tires around if you're going to do this, because if you don't, you won't be able to get that one to air up, and you have to take the rim, get an ugly tire, blah blah blah. I'm not even trying. I saw it in a cartoon once. It just might work. We have a lot of cars out here, but what my goal is to get the back section of this one cut out and sent to RRS, and then this one we'll take some parts off of it and sell them on Facebook Marketplace or maybe eBay, and then it'll be going away as well, because it's got a front disc brake kit on it and all that kind of stuff, so we'll want to be able to take all that off and jet it. Speaking of jetting, you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time on Autorestomod. Oh, and by the way, be kind to each other, love on each other, treat each other nice. See ya.